So
No,
what is this site cricket? Is this Underdog Fantasy where they make fantasy football easy with their pick'em games? All you got to do is hop in here and pick higher or lower, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, you use promo code Rumble, and they'll match your first deposit up to $500. Yes, 500. Steps did it yesterday. Steps is like, I'm gonna put $100 in, and they go, thank you, sir. Here's another $100. And that's why we still have $90. So did we lose all our parlays yesterday? Yeah, but we're only down $10, as you can see.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. We got to sweat hard all day yesterday, too.
It was fun. It was fun.
All right.
Yes, go over to Underdog Fantasy. You sign up. It literally takes minutes. Even these. Listen, no offense to the chat. No offense. You guys aren't the best when it comes to, technology sometimes. You guys admit it yourselves. But even people in our chat figured out how to sign up for this stuff. That's how easy it is over at Underdog Fantasy. Come check it out and use promo code Rumble. Get your first deposit matched up to $500. And we're going to show you right now here with the first ever Black Friday NFL game. We're going to show you our Underdog parlay. How are we tackling this, Cricket? What are we liking in this game? First of all, let's just start with the line. We can't bet the line on this thing, but we just got to get a feel for it. Dolphins, 10-point favorites. Big favorites last week, couldn't cover. Jets benched Zach Wilson. So maybe they got some hope on offense.
Not only benched him, they moved him to the practice squad.
Yeah.
Like,
that dude is the emergency quarterback now. And even then, literally, I don't think they want to go to him.
Yeah, literally. They're like, we don't even want to lock up a spot on the roster for you, bro. Go sit down. Watch this with a turkey leg.
JK4 Ash over on the Rumble side says, good morning, boys. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, man? That's our guy, James, from over at sportspicks.locals.com. Good morning, sir. Glad to have you in here, man.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so how do we want to do this?
Let's see. Let me get back over here. There we go. Let's see. Two up, man. I don't know that line. What do you let's talk about this first before we get into all this. What are you thinking on the game? The 9.5 right there. I've watched it. I saw it at 10. It went down to 9. Now it's back up to 9.5. It's kind of, dawdling around there. It's not really giving us any kind of advantage when we see the line, but we don't really know what it's doing right there. How are you feeling in this game? Because I don't know how I feel in this one yet, man.
I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, Dolphins should win this by double digits, but they didn't look good last week coming off a bye. Not what I expect. I don't expect anything from the Jets offense, but at the same time, the Jets do have a good defense. It's just I lean towards the Dolphins winning because we saw last week. If the Jets don't get anything going on offense, the Jets defense just gave up and quit. They're tired of being out there on the field, tired of the offense turning the ball over, so then the defense has to work with short field, and the Bills were able to run it up on them. Now, do I expect that to happen again? No, I kind of expect Saleh to have his boys ready and kind of getting into them a little bit. And season is still salvageable at this point for the Jets. They're going to need to get it together here real soon.
Yeah.
But there is a high risk, though, if they do come out, if the Dolphins start getting a lead, then you got it. Then I think the Jets fold up. So I don't know, man. If anything, I would look first half. If you like the Dolphins, I'd look first half because I think they have to get out to a hot start or else we're going to have a sweat.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I don't know. I feel like with the first Black Friday game, they want to kind of make the Jets the Black Friday team and all that. I think 9.5 might be too many just because it's one of those spots where everybody expects the Dolphins to just handle business. The Jets looked really, really bad last week in that game against Buffalo. But when they played at home this year, they beat the Eagles at home, man. They have a sneaky way of staying in games they don't belong in right here and giving them 9.5 points. If you wanted to be safe, you might buy it up 10. I don't think you're going to have to mess with it. I think I might be on the Jets right here. That defense might be a little more motivated. They got a new quarterback out there. If that guy comes out playing well, Mr. Boyle, if he comes out playing well, in the first quarter, might get that defense inspired a little bit. And that defense is top tier in the league, man. That's a great defense right there. They got a physical secondary, which is the type teams the Dolphins have struggled with this year. People that can hit them in the mouth in the secondary, not let them get behind them. Those are the type teams the Dolphins have had trouble with this year. So I think the Jets might have a good matchup against them today, man.
Yep. Okay, so with Tua, let's see what we like the best out of these picks. Because I think you can only take one per player. So with Tua, I'm kind of looking at it. I'm thinking either under 2.5 sacks taken or under half an interception. I don't think he throws an interception. I think he plays clean ball.
I like overs on the interceptions, man. I think he's gonna
I
wind
know
up.
you do. I know you do, but that's why we're going under. That's why we're going under.
You want to go under?
I don't know. We don't have to do that one. We could do.
You gonna give me an "I told you so" spot right off the rip? I love these, man. You're gonna
Or
throw a
maybe we
pick
go
first
over
play of the
21 and a
game.
half completions, dink and dunk down the field. But Miami is such a big play, like explosive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Can
they
you be
are. That's what I was
explosive
saying.
against this Jets defense? I don't know.
I'm trying to pull up his stats, his stats here, and see what he's been on average as far as completions go last few games. Man, I just want to see if they're going to give, and if they wind up stretching it out early, if they get up by a couple touchdowns, that's the only thing that scares me on the completions. Because I don't think they're going to throw the ball as much. You got Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to be back in there today too. Mostert, Achan's down, but I mean, you got two very capable running backs right there that have had great seasons. So let's see. He's been all right. Last 5 games, he's got 28 completions, 21 completions, 30 completions, 23, and 21. I think we can go over on that.
That's what I'm thinking. Patriot 4165 says we should look at the 255 rush and pass yards for Tua. I don't know. This Jets defense, though, they can hold you down.
Yeah, that's why I think I might like the completions more, because I'm with you. I think the Jets are going to try to make sure they don't get behind them. Don't let Tyreek get loose and all that. And I think you're going to see some underneath stuff to Waddle and, use those running backs out of the backfield a little bit right there. So I think I like – and not that – I mean, if he gets 21 and a half completions, he's probably over that number either way. So you're probably – if he hits one of those, he's probably going to hit both of them.
I also – ooh, that completion percentage, too. We also don't have to pick Tua.
Right again. Let's keep looking. We'll come back. Let's start. We'll come back.
Oh, man. This stuff is interesting. Mostert, Tyreek. I mean, Tyreek's just man on a mission.
That yesterday, that right there, that stat, Steps was talking about Kittle right there. There's no way that's like point. That's just a rusher receiving TD. That's pretty much anytime TD is all that is. Over 0.5.
It's anytime TD.
Just they were a little confused saying, does that mean Kittle's got to have a rush? I'm like, no, he's never had a rush in his career, I don't think.
Yeah.
So that's definitely not happening. We would just take lower on that. So yeah, that's just anytime TD is all that is right there, y'all.
I'm kind of thinking Tyreek instead. The thing I like the most here with Tyreek is I think the fantasy points, man. Then you don't have to worry about him getting over his yards, because if he gets a touchdown, we're probably getting there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And let's see. And
it's 6 points. It's a half-point PPR. Yeah.
He's got a touchdown in 4 of his last 5 games. So yeah, what is the points in that? 14. Oh my God. Yeah, let's go over that.
I think that's a lot.
He's going over that. I mean, it's supposed to be like it almost scares me because it feels like it's too low. It ought to be sitting at like 19.
If he goes over his receiving yards, we're pretty much damn near there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he gets for sure. I think that's a lock right there. I like that one.
And we don't have to play with anything. I kind of like. Oh, they don't have it, man.
I like Waddle over on his receiving yards, man.
I liked Waddle for a touchdown is what I wanted, but I don't see.
Yeah, they don't have it in there, man. They don't have it in there.
What do you got?
Well, if you like him for a touchdown, we can go over on his fantasy points too. If you like him for a tutty, he's only at 10.25. You're probably gonna have at least 4 catches.
I was trying to think though. Maybe we go over his 58.5 rush and receiving, because they do like to hand that guy
into rounds and stuff.
Yeah, it's only two yards higher than the receiving yards. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't hate that. Like I said, I had him over on his receiving yards last week. He was at 63.5. He had 4 catches for 55 pretty early in this thing. I think before halftime, he didn't catch another ball. So I think this week I'm going to go back on it. Usually I like to go under the next week and just like to be mad at them, and they screw me again. That's how you wind up on the no bet list. When you beat me when I pick you one week, and I pick against you and you beat me again, that's when how you wind up on a no bet list. So I think I just roll with it. Oh, his receiving yards just bumped up right there. I don't know if y'all seen that, but went from 56.5 up to 57.5. The rushing receiving yards stayed the same. So I don't expect them to really get a rush there. I think we just go ahead and I think we take the extra yard over 58.5 right there. And then if he gets a rush, that's just a bonus. I think we're just expecting him to get over 58.5 receiving yards right there.
How has Bradley Chubb done this year on sacks? I kind of like him to get a sack in this game. We got a new young quarterback back there.
Let's see here.
You know what I mean?
Let's look and see what he's done so far. I mean, that's been a big pickup for them right there. A guy that comes in and helps solidify that defensive line. All right, let's see. Bradley Chubb has got 6 sacks on the season through 10 games. So what is it? Over 0.5 sacks. And you're going to have a quarterback back there that's on a that offensive line's
Tim
gotten a little bit
Boyle.
better. Yeah, that's
You're
what I'm
gonna
saying.
have Tim
I
Boyle.
don't want to throw any shade, but I got a feeling that Mr. Boyle's probably not the most fleet of foot.
Yeah, I think I like what Patriot 465 saying over in the chat. Helpport's here. Good morning, buddy. He says if they blow out, they go to the ground game. So maybe we will look at Mostert over on rush yards instead of the Waddle stuff.
Let's see here. Mostert over 62.5 rushing yards, even with Jeff Wilson coming back.
Or maybe rush it. I'm gonna say rush attempts, but
that's what I'm saying. I don't like the rush attempts because I think they're both going to have like 13 and 10 apiece, something like that.
Okay, and that doesn't get us to 15.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I just don't think he's going to get unless, like Patriot said, something like that where they jump out real early and they're just pounding the rock. But even this team right here, man, they run a lot of RPO stuff and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just see those carries being split pretty evenly. But I don't know if I see him getting to 15. It'd be a real big sweater. We'd be hoping that the Jets had to punt it back late and they were just trying to run the clock out and they were just going to feed him for like 3 more carries on the last drive or something. I feel like that's how we'll have to get there if we do on that one. So I think that one's a little bit of a sweater.
Okay, let's go down to the Jet stuff.
I do like Mostert anytime TD though. I think
is it up there?
Yeah, over 0.5 rush plus receiving TDs.
Throw it in there. Let's get Mostert in the end zone.
I like Mostert anytime TD, man. I do like that. So where are we going? You want to look at the Jets?
Be submitted, please select multiple teams. Oh, okay.
Tim Boyle. Man, does he throw it over 30.5 times? They might be behind.
I think he gets a passing touchdown.
Ooh.
Or we go over his passing yards. The Miami's defense not good.
Okay. I'm with you.
It's not that great.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm with you. I just like that's a different angle there.
Ooh, actually, I think what we do is just go fantasy points.
Over 8.65, surely. God, that feels too low for a quarterback, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we just
surely that dude gets to that, right? He's gonna wind up having like 4 fantasy points.
Think about that. He runs one in that would screw our passing touchdown, but it would put us over the fantasy points, right? You could easily see these young quarterbacks out there, first timers wanting to use their legs.
Does he have over 60% completion percentage? It's not even that hard to do that, bro.
Don't even have to worry about it, dude. We just go fantasy points.
Okay. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I think that's the easiest one, dude. 8.65.
It feels like a trap. That totally feels like a trap.
Locked picks must be resolved before submitting. What is that?
What do you see? Locked picks must be resolved.
We have to. Oh.
Remove Mostert to unlock pick.
Apparently, we can't have both of those.
Oh, because they're both. I don't know. That's weird.
Do something real quick. Go Breece Hall over on something. Just click Breece Hall on something.
That worked.
That's weird. They won't let us have Mostert and Tyreek.
That's weird.
Interesting.
Let's see.
What do we like? What do we like more? Do we like Mostert to get a touchdown or Tyreek to go over his fantasy points?
Why won't they let us do that? That doesn't make any sense. They'll let us go over on his rushing yards, and so they won't let us pick the TD. What kind of sense does that make? Underdog, we need y'all to fill us in, man. We need some of our people at Underdog.
It's okay. They're just trying to challenge us, man.
It's all good.
It's all gravy, baby.
We just need an explanation to explain to our people that we're getting to sign up for this as to why you can't do that. Because a lot of people are going to be confused right there. Like myself, I don't understand why we wouldn't be able to combine a Mostert anytime TD with Tyreek Hill over 14.5 fantasy points. I just want to know why and get some logic behind it. And maybe they don't even know that it's doing that. Maybe that's something in the software they can fix. Because that doesn't make any sense. Jason Sanders kicking points. Over 200. They scored 3 touchdowns, right?
I was meaning fantasy points. Like,
you don't have fantasy points.
Like 7.5 kicking points.
So I mean, that's I almost like 2.5 extra points made better than that because I think they're gonna get 3 touchdowns today, man.
I think they'll stall out at some point and get a field goal or 2. I think it's a safer bet. And if not, the Dolphins get 8 touchdowns and he's there.
It's because they'll probably do that. Jets defense gave up 8 touchdowns all year long combined, and we're gonna just beat a butt like they did the Broncos.
Because this
I think we leave that one alone, man.
Okay, all right.
I'll do it if you want it. If you want it, I'll put it in there, man. What you want? 7.5?
I just want to see what it does to the odds. Let's see the odds if you go higher. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, you can take it off.
Ooh, that's nice. Take it off. Let's go back down here let's look at Brees Hall.
Buku says they know it's a winner. Brady Cats.
Gotta be, man. They gotta know it's a winner. Got to. Garrett Wilson.
My nigga. Roll your window down.
Roll your window down, man.
Oh, man. You know what we got to look at with a young quarterback? You got to look at backs that can come out of the backfield, just quick, easy passes, and you also got to look at tight ends. Who the hell is Jets tight end?
Conklin. We'll go down to him. Sorry, I was trying to see what there. Conklin out there. Over 24.5 receiving yards? Ooh.
I feel like that's a play. I feel like that's a play because
he's going to look for the short stuff, crossing in the middle.
Young quarterbacks love to go to their tight end. They love.
I think so too, man. I like that Tyler Conklin. I think that's a sneaky little play right there.
Yeah, because Garrett Wilson, we all know you're gonna have Ramsey all over Garrett Wilson, right? So we don't even want to mess with that stuff.
And if Tyler Conklin gets over those receiving yards, Tim Bull's already a quarter of a way there to those fantasy points, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm liking it.
I like that a lot too. I do. I like that.
Let's see what else we got here.
Hey, I like this. I like this guy right here, Xavier Gibson. He's been playing well the last couple of weeks. A lot of people have been putting a lot of focus on Garrett Wilson. Has been leaving Xavier open a little bit. Quincy Williams, 6 solo tackles, 9 tackles plus assists. I like those. Now, hey, something I've been looking at, man. I was talking to Buku about this last night. He had a parlay. The only thing that got him was he had Micah Parsons over 3.5 tackles. I've started looking at the under on these edge rushers total tackles. It's like, because I always set like 3.5, but I went under on Myles Garrett on Sunday, under 3.5 tackles because it was plus money to go over. And it seems like it would be easy for those guys. But I guess where they're just balls to the wall up the field so hard, I guess they get ran underneath a lot. And then obviously passes and things like that. But they'll wind up like Chase Young today. I said over 3.5 tackles, or not Chase Young, but Myles Garrett. Over 3.5 tackles was plus 130. He wound up with 2 total tackles. He had Micah Parsons last night for plus money. He wound up with 2 tackles. So I think that might be something we got to start looking at. Them edge rushers under on their total tackles because they are not getting a whole lot of them.
That's true. And look, you start scrolling into the other games, but we're going to keep it with the Friday game. We're not going to do the other games yet.
Yeah. Oh, damn. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
You can combine games. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's what we had with the tight end ones yesterday.
That's right. That's true. That's true.
I kind of like Whitehead. That man flies around there.
He does, man. I wish they had see. I kind of like Over's interceptions, throwing one to that guy. They won't let me bet it. They know it's a lock.
Well, I'm thinking if they're pounding the rock, he comes up. I don't know, man.
I could get on board with that 5.5 tackles plus assists. Because like I said, that guy
Let's do it. Let's go higher on that, and then let's find one more. We'll go find a Dolphins one or something. So we can make it
put Raheem in there, the steam engine for anytime TD. We ought to be able to.
Steam engine.
He is the Steam. I got to give a shout out to my boy AK for that one. That ain't mine, man. That's AK.
Steam engine.
The steam engine, man.
Oh, let's see.
3.5 rushing yards.
Yeah,
he's gonna be under some pressure. The Jets front seven pretty strong. There's gonna be some pressure on him. But they also don't like to let that dude run. They like to let him just lay down there. And, hey, sacks don't take away from that rushing total, right? It takes away from the passing yards. Team passing yards.
Yeah, only if it was a designed run.
Okay. And they ain't doing no design runs with Tua.
But it also is determined by one person gets to make that decision when it comes to the stats. So you're gambling.
That's what some shit is right there, man. We got one guy deciding this, and it's his opinion on who wins and who loses. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No, you're right. I'm just wondering, how do you get that job? Whose grandkid you got to be to get that job?
I don't know. Let me see. Patriot 465 says check your X, Will. What am I looking for? I'm over here. I'm refreshing. I don't see anything. Oh, okay. Okay.
What's going on there?
Let me share this. Hold on. So we're building our thing real quick, and I'll pull yours back up. This is Patriot 4-6-5s. So he's got Mostert touchdown, Tua over, Waddle 3 first downs, Tyreek higher, and then Quincy Williams lower. So he was able to do it. It's probably just because of where you're at. That's probably one of those
That's
things.
what there are some. That's what Booker was telling me yesterday. There are some things that it won't let us do because we obviously can put it in here. It wouldn't even let me log in and do all this if it wouldn't. It just tell me my location because that's what problem we had before trying to let them allow my location. But they'll let us do that. But he said there was some things that it wouldn't let you do. So maybe that's what's going on there. Maybe y'all can combine it.
Yeah. Okay. So Tua, we got to do something with Tua.
What do you think about 33.5 passing attempts, man? He's gone over that number 3 of the last 5 games, but this could be a game where, like I said, he doesn't have to throw the ball as much late if they get out to a lead. But I'm not so sure they're going to get out that lead. Everybody thinks they are, man.
Patriot says you have to have a player from both teams. I know we did have one in there, and it still wouldn't let us do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out. Man, I'm trying to think. Which one did we?
Because, yeah, I see I put it back in there now, and it still says locked picks must be resolved before submitting entry. That's weird because then it'll let me go ahead and do the over on his rushing yards, and it's fine. I just don't understand why maybe it makes the odds too high or something. What is it, 20-1 the max, maybe?
Maybe. My thing is, if both these teams, like, it just takes one long drive from the Jets to eat so much clock that I don't think Tua gets to the pass attempts. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that maybe we go under on that. So his last 5 games. Okay, I'd
rather go over on something else because it's more fun.
Yeah, I'm with you. His last week he was 30, 39, the week before 34, 45, 32, and 31. So he's been over that number 3 of the last 5, but he barely got over it a couple weeks ago. So yeah, let's leave that alone, man. I think we're better off taking over on completions. I really do. I think
yeah. Let's go over on completions. Let's do that.
Okay, yeah, completions. He's gone over that number. He's at least. He was the two times he missed in the last 5 games. He had 21, so he would have missed it by a half right there.
Yeah,
and the rest of them he went over pretty easy. So yeah, let's go over on completions. Ooh, I like that right there.
There we go.
Man.
So we're putting on this thing. Over's fantasy points. We got Tim Boyle over on his fantasy points. Conklin over his receiving yards. Jordan Whitehead's going to get those tackles and assists. And Tua, yeah, let's throw a 20 spot on it.
20 to win 380, 95.
And here we go. Do it. Good, clean living. Confirm it. Lock it in.
Locked in, baby. Boom. Let's go. Should we want to share this on the tweet?
Yeah, share it on your thing. Here, I'll switch this over. You can go post it on the old X there for you so we can get it showing like this. Yeah. But and tag us all in it. But there you go, folks. You go over to Underdog Fantasy. You sign up using promo code Rumble. They'll match your first deposit up to $500. You put $100 in, you get a free $100. Put $200 in, you get a free $200. You put $500 in, you get a free $500. So go over to Underdog Fantasy, promo code Rumble, and you can do exactly what we did just here. Go through the games. You saw they got all the other Sunday games. You mix and match. You can just take your favorite players from your favorite games. I can't wait for Sunday's one. Sunday's going to be fun. We're going to have to do one for Sunday.
That is going to be fun.
On Sunday and whatnot. Yeah, and then, and just have some fun. It makes the games a little bit more exciting. You get to pick higher or lower, root for your team, root for certain players, and you can go get up to 5 picks in there and get up to 20 times your money back. We were almost there. We were at like 19 or something like that.
We were. We'll and I'll share that for y'all here in a little bit when we get over the show. I'll put it up on Twitter. Any of y'all that want to tag me, any of y'all in the chat that I may not have your Twitter handle or something, drop your Twitter handle in the chat and I'll tag you and that stuff. And for the record, any of y'all out there, I've been tagging a bunch of y'all and stuff just because y'all are good folks, man. Y'all retweet and all that stuff. If any of y'all get upset about me tagging you in something, just drop me a DM in Twitter, man. I don't want to bug you. I don't want your phone blowing up all day long. So let me know if you don't want to be tagged in that stuff.